Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rich tells Brooke the truth about Taylor. Rich Forrester will be honest, first with himself and then with Brooke Logan, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Despite Brooke's numerous attempts to reunite with Ridge, he always rejects her and maintains his commitment to Taylor Hayes. Taylor will put that dedication to the test when the week begins. That's because Taylor is going to turn the tables on Ridge and make a beautiful marriage proposal. Will Ridge be open to making such a significant change with Taylor? Despite their prior marriage, Ridge may not believe that this is the ideal time for them to get married. Ridge might politely disappoint Taylor by implying that he prefers things the way they are. Ridge might try to talk Taylor out of getting married because he doesn't think it's necessary. However, there's a chance that Ridge will allow Taylor to persuade him to accept this engagement, at least temporarily. Ridge might be concerned about disappointing Taylor, as he has done numerous times in the past. In any case, it's clear that Ridge will not be happy with this suggestion. That is demonstrated by Ridge's face in the B&B weekly preview video. Ridge will need to discuss all of this with Brooke later, regardless of the response he gives Taylor. After observing the two conversing at Il Giardino, Nick Marone will update Brooke on Taylor's proposal. Brooke will likely approach Ridge and question whether he truly intends to remarry Taylor as a result of that information. There will be some poignant moments during this conversation as Ridge finally opens up. Given that Ridge is going to tell Brooke the truth, it appears that he will provide a sincere justification for his opposition to a reunion. Ridge might provide an explanation for his behavior of pushing Brooke away and supporting Taylor instead. Will Ridge acknowledge that the true cause is Taylor's shattered heart syndrome? Ridge might acknowledge that he feels accountable for Taylor's health issues and contend that he simply cannot put her through any more suffering. Naturally, we are aware that Ridge and Taylor will break up in the upcoming weeks. If Taylor finds out that Brooke is still the woman he really wants, she might end up leaving Ridge herself. The brave and the lovely, stay tuned because spoilers indicate that Ridge and Taylor's fresh chapter is about to end. Is it rage or jealousy? What's wrong with Ridge and Nick? Nick standing near to Brooke caused Ridge to react angrily. Just think of his reaction if he had witnessed them sharing a kiss. We were left wondering why Ridge dislikes Nick. He is his brother-in-law. Is Nick truly hated by Ridge? Is he simply envious of him? Ridge most likely wishes he had the life that Nick has. He has women at his side while he sails across the globe. Ridge, meanwhile, works in the office most of the day. Additionally, he is bored with the two women that are after him. Brooke cannot be the only focus. Ridge desires Nick's easygoing and enjoyable way of life. He's boosting Brooke's ego though by making it about her. This indicates to her that Ridge is envious and wants her back. The fact that Ridge and Nick have been at odds for decades hasn't helped either. Ridge is a waffler who strings two women along, according to Nick. But Nick ended up sandwiched between Taylor and Brooke. In that sense, he is somewhat Liam's competitor. Ridge was also correct when he said that Nick wasn't perfect. We haven't seen Nick rampaging about Los Angeles in a long time. Oh, how happy it was to see him arrive at work on Monday and engage in romantic conversation with his true love. We also received an update on baby Jack. Well, not baby Jack, but rather the adult Jack who his mother never seems to remember. But let's get back to Nick. When he pulled Brooke in for a kiss, we felt those stars and hearts, and when she kissed him back, we felt all the positive butterflies. Will Brooke's depressing longing for Ridge come to an end? We sincerely hope so. Brooke deserves a good man, let's face it. A better man. She is worthy of a man who is in charge of his own ship. Someone like Nick. We'll give Luna credit for being persistent. She tracked and spied to find out where her younger brother would be spending those sweltering summer days. And she seized the chance to grab a moment by herself as soon as she saw it. Even though she offered Hayes a small gift on Wednesday, the young kid was surprisingly unaware of her identity. She was just a nice lady to him. We can't even begin to predict how things will develop now that she has begun to win him over. Is Hayes in danger? We must genuinely wonder. On Friday we must give it to Deacon. After learning about Hope's engagement and seeing her ring, he said his piece and agreed to her love story. In a single episode, discuss personal development. Deacon isn't particularly a fan of Carter. He did back off, but he's probably never going to be that man's biggest fan again. In order to talk man-to-man to the man, he even had Hope call her new fiancé to the dinner. He shook Hope's hand after giving him a firm warning not to injure him again and made a commitment to let the past be the past, as long as Carter doesn't say anything to Daphne Rose again and keeps his lips to himself. Carter is tricked into meeting by the deacon. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan had the opportunity to meet Taylor Hayes when she dropped off some paperwork at Eric Forrester's estate. Taylor used the occasion to talk about Nick Marone and what she believed to be a nice surprise visit for Brooke. Taylor capitalized on Nick's excellent timing and the prospect of his reunion with Brooke, but Brooke was more eager to discuss Rich Forrester's jealousy. Carter Walton was given the opportunity to try Daphne Rose's most recent perfume at Forrester Creations, where Steffi Forrester emphasized the significance of getting her back to Los Angeles. Ridge arrived and joined the discussion, agreeing. Steffi wasn't yet prepared to commit to optimism for the future, despite Carter's mention of it and his optimism that it may be brought back to life. Steffi brought up the fact that Carter was now engaged to Hope Logan when the conversation shifted back to Daphne. Steffi asked Carter to assist Hope in moving past her relationship with Daphne, since she didn't think she would do anything wrong. Carter said Hope wanted to meet him and left after receiving a text. When Ridge talked to Steffi alone about seeing Brooke with Nick, Steffi's eyes widened, assuming the conversation was intense. It caused a sensational misunderstanding for a short time. Although Ridge explained that it was only a discussion, he was concerned that Nick would break Brooke's heart and leave again. Ridge's jealousy was immediately apparent to Steffi, who became concerned about the message he was sending Taylor. Deacon Sharp was impressed by Hope's engagement ring at Il Giardino on the episode, but he questioned whether she was certain she wanted to wed Carter. Hope sought to convince Deacon that Carter was a good man and argued that she was. Deacon mentioned Carter's kiss with Daphne and expressed his happiness if Hope was pleased, but he still had some reservations. Deacon insisted he was the one, but Carter arrived believing Hope wanted to see him. Deacon explained how much he valued his daughter's happiness, in order to get something off his chest. Deacon shook Carter's hand and cautioned him not to make the same mistake twice since Carter also wanted Hope to be happy. Carter recalled Steffi's pressure to help Hope get over her Daphne hang-ups after he spoke about how his life was lacking hope. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope and Daphne's rivalry may resurface and result in some shocking revelations. So tune in for more information on what lies next for these two. Will Taylor make an unexpected move and sail away with Nick Marone? Rumors and teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful hint that someone will leave LA with Nick Marone when he resumes his sailing. Will Taylor Hayes leave with Brooke Logan, though, given that it appears that he and Rich Forrester will get back together? Brooke and Taylor have had a romantic rivalry for years, the most well-known of which is with Rich Forrester. Although Taylor is much behind Brooke in relationships, they were both married to Thorne Forrester and Nick as well. Taylor might remain in the area due of her daughter and grandchildren, but it's likely that she will be written off the show once more after Bridge is reunited. Taylor will experience heartbreak once more, but this time she appears to be handling it well, since that she is aware that her broken heart condition is not lethal. They had lately talked about Ridge's clear passion for Brooke, and she is not in a rush to get married again. It seems sense that Taylor, the kids, and Steffi Forrester may go on a mother-daughter trip if and when Liam Spencer passes away. That might help her forget that she lost Ridge to Brooke once more, but it won't make her heart feel better. For now though, she is with Ridge. In a recent episode, Ridge's jealousy was evident when he entered the Forrester office and spotted Nick there with Brooke. That jealousy was very evident. That makes it clear that Brooke and Nick will not be married again. She will most likely remarry Ridge, and he will sail away once more. If Taylor is going to leave the show again, it makes much more sense for Nick and her to sail off together. She deserves a happy ending just as much as Brooke does. Although there has been no hint that Taylor will be written out this time, nobody would be shocked given how frequently it has happened in the past. Since Ridge can't commit to a single woman for the rest of his life, why not let Taylor have her happily ever after with Nick? In this manner, Taylor will be able to reply in 9 words if Nick and she decide to visit Los Angeles in the future to spend time with her family, as Brooke and Ridge are most likely to have broken up once more. "You had your chance and you blew it again," is actually what Nick may say to Ridge with Taylor.